When they get the three of those guys out there, they're dominant. When they get at least one or two, they're good.
I think the next one's going to shock you on who I believe in more.
Is it Phoenix?
Yes.
Wow, so it didn't shock me. They literally just won. I saw the buzzer hit 0. They beat the Cavs tonight. So the Suns, why are they more for you, Chris? I'm assuming because of the role players, Nurkic, Grayson Allen, is it these guys?
Schedule's going to get terrible. I am using this one much like I did the Knicks. They have not cratered whenever they have lost these guys.
So it is because the supporting cast is proving to be worthy, playoff worthy.
I mean, look, Kev, when they've got all three of their guys, the numbers are unbelievable.
They're
and their record is 14-9 when they've got all three of them. When they've just got two of the three of them, they're 19-13. So they just need two of them. And obviously Durant's hitting more shots than he did, pre All-Star. And I just think that if they could ever get all three of them, then yeah, it could be what they thought it was going to be. You're never going to have an amount of time for them to all play together and get the requisite amount of reps and be in all of those situations. That being said, it's impressive to me that they have the record that they do. And even with one of the guys out, including Booker now, they still win games. And so if they could ever have, by the playoffs, Booker, Beal, and Durant all healthy, I look at them and think that they're way more dangerous than some of the others. And so I've got to say more for them.
Are they, when you think about the true threat to Denver in the Western Conference, I think you can look at matchups with Oklahoma City and you can say Denver is just so much bigger that they will overwhelm the Thunder, that the Thunder aren't big enough. They're not experienced enough yet. You can say with Minnesota that their endgame offense cannot compete with Jokic and Murray, that the Nuggets are just going to outscore them in those moments in endgame situations. The Clippers, I'm assuming you're less confident in them now. Kawhi's hurt. Paul George is out. James Harden has not been the same the past month. There's uncertainty with them. The Pelicans, they've been outstanding. They've been tremendous, but they're an inexperienced team. They're a younger team. I think if you look at all the top teams in the top 6 at the moment, with Phoenix, are they the one with their offense where they're like, they will just put up 120. They will outscore you 15-5 in overtime like they did with their win against the Nuggets after the All-Star break, that they can just get so hot that they're the team that there's no answers for their offense. That it doesn't matter how great you are defensively, that they can just go with KD, go with Book, go with Beal, and manage to score enough, and their defense can survive enough through effort. Nurkic being tough, playing a little small ball sprinkled in there. Are the Suns actually number 2? Are they number 2?
We've been together too long because you are reading my mind. I don't know if look, I think there's a difference here in being number 2 and being the best chance to knock off the Nuggets.
That's a great way to put it. Yes.
Right, because I do think their size could be exposed against some of the other teams that could really punish them. But you got to remember, they're the ones that gave Denver the most problems last year.
Yeah. Oh,
and now
sure.
they have, and if they have a release valve in Beal instead of friggin' Josh Okogie or whoever the hell they're throwing the ball to a year ago.
And by the way, like Monty Williams through those first 2 games was playing non-shooters. He was so slow to adjust. You get a way better coach now in Frank Vogel than Monty Williams and a better supporting cast.
And you remember, like, those guys, like Durant, Booker were scoring 80 against them. I mean, So, yeah. If the release valve then becomes Beal and Grayson Allen, and Nurkic, he takes that one like super personal. So obviously he does not have the goods to be able to do it, but their numbers with Nurkic are way better than their numbers without Nurkic.
Can you give me love for that, Chris? Can you give me love for the Nurkic call last summer?
Well, I mean, look.
I was right about it. I was right about Nurkic being a good fit with the Suns. And and I'm the number one Nurkic hater, and I said that.
Hold on, though.
That's how you know I'm fair.
Well, then you've got to go back in time, and you've got to admit loss on DeAndre Ayton talent evaluation because he sucks.
I will.
And that's why it's all in reference. It's not about was he a fit with Phoenix. It was about was this a good trade for Phoenix? Because it's like, bro, this is the guy that you took instead of Luka, and you're trading him for friggin' Yusef Nurkic? What are we doing? What are we doing? This can't be like this. This can't be what we took instead of Luka that ends up being Yusef Nurkic like that. So it's all relative here. But Nurkic has been very good for them. He's also been infinitely, weirdly enough, in this year of guys in the infirmary for the Phoenix Suns, he's probably played more games this year than he's played in his life. When is the last time Yusef Nurkic played this many games? I bet he's always hurt. And how many has he played? I feel like he's played all season. He's missed, knock on wood for him, he's missed very few. And this is a guy that was like routinely out of lineups for the last several years. I have not checked that, but that would be my guess.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, please do. I can't wait.
Nurkic has played in 60 games.
Okay.
The last time he played in 60 games was the 18-19 season when he played 72. Since then, 8, 37, 56, 52.
I mean, that's like Beal.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And also...
So he has played more this year than he has played since 2018 season?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. And also one other thing to note with the Suns, you mentioned their stats this year with the three of them, KD, Booker, and Beal. When Durant, Booker, and Beal are all on the floor at the same time this season, the Suns are outscoring opponents by 9.3 points per 100 possessions, which is absurdly good. That's only 455 minutes. When at least two of those guys are on the floor in 1,242 minutes, they're outscoring teams by 2.2 points per 100 possessions. And when at least one of them is on the floor in 1,202 minutes, they're outscoring teams by 3.3 points per 100 possessions. So when they get the three of those guys out there, they're dominant. When they get at least one or two, they're good. And I think that's what we're seeing right now, even with Booker out, that they're able to maintain and be competitive and be good. And we'll see with Booker getting back soon that he get back in a rhythm here and he could be,
And what if they get 15 games of at least a runway into the playoffs? It would certainly be very helpful.
I mean, tonight he's got 27 points, so you get all three of those guys, and game one, he's already looking like himself. I did not see the game we were recording during it, but 27 points in his first game. I look forward to catching up with that live in the second half to see what he did.
Because they got to fix fourth quarters. I mean, they only got 15 minutes, or 15 games or 20 games to do it.
And they've played so few minutes with the three of them together. But look, I think those guys
got a little runway.
I think they can adapt. I believe in them. But you're right; those fourth quarters can be weird.